to create a space to help you make your way through the world.
I think when you gotta stop living up here, start living down here.
The way to do that is
safe space
for
depravity.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen and non-binary folk. Welcome back to a safe space for depravity podcast. I am none other than the second host of this show, Wellington Boyce.
And I guess I'm first host, Quinn Lemieux.
I'm giving you the upper hand, man.
Damn. Feels nice.
People are here for you.
Yeah, it feels nice sitting in this chair. After all this time.
I mean, hey, you're the talent. Like, people come to see you.
Yeah, that's what they tell me.
So how's it going, man? How have you been?
Yeah, just busy selling tickets. Just tickets to this show.
Oh, I was just like, nigga, what tickets? What you got? What's your side hustle?
Views are down, sales are down. Crushing it out here.
Down bad.
Yeah, just straight up down bad. Cool. Now it's cool though. I mean, just again, gas is expensive, so
bro, it's out of this world. Like, just maybe 2 months ago, I was like, gas? Yeah, I'll fucking fill up my tank 3 times a week. Now it's just like, oh, I gotta make this one trip last exactly 7 days.
It's bad when you start Googling where you're going and then looking at miles to empty, and you're like, well,
yeah, that's where my car's at right now.
Yeah, if I take it easy on the downhills, I might be able to coast in that bitch and then ask for a jerry can when I get there.
If I just floor it and then when I get to the peak of the hill and just let it just drive itself, we're all good. Not expending, but I gotta turn off the AC.
turn off the AC, and then all downhills are neutral, and you'll be all right.
Yeah, you just saved about 10 miles right there.
I don't even put my car in reverse anymore. I just push it.
Just push it out of the driveway.
Morning, John. Oh, there goes Quinn. Just pushing his car out of the driveway.
Funny thing is, it's just like, imagine, like, I don't even push it out of my driveway. I push it all the way to the main road. Like, I push it out of the cul-de-sac and just all the way to the main road. And we're like, all right, this is where we're going to start. Fucking 1.2 miles. Just
I mean, it's great because, every once in a while, you get a fitness trainer who's like, you need to learn to switch it up. And I'm like, oh, great. So I've just been pushing my car to work. Just been doing.
You've been doing what?
No, what? He said flip some tires, and I just assumed that I'm just going 5 miles an hour down the down the old road, and but I'm getting a great workout.
Figured that'd be the trick.
Yeah,
sir. You need to be in the strongman competition.
Like,
if this is what you're doing every day.
people pulling over be like, oh, do you need some help? It's like, what do I look like, a poor? Move out of my way. I'm working out.
But could you imagine if you're doing that every day, your lower body would look fucking massive, and then you just got like this, just like, okay, upper body.
Bro, just every once in a while, you just try and you actually try and push it rather than with your legs. Like, you just try and like hit it with like an actual like fucking
just
barbell rep.
Yeah. You fuck around with like looking like you got elephantitis in the legs with how massive your fucking shit would go. Like,
yo, hey, there's that dude coming down the road that looks like a bowling pin.
That boy thick. Damn, he thick.
just graduate to biker shorts and just be throwing ass down fucking Ridgewood.
Bro, that is my goal, is to be able to wear biker shorts and have nice legs. I don't have that.
One of those is really easy. The other one's kind of hard.
Yeah, because I think I have a pair of biker shorts already, or I have a pair of underwear that used to be long and now are up there like biker shorts.
Yeah, I'm just it's just like no. They're like a treat for when I hit my goal weight. Like, what is that? A wedding dress? Like, what? No, my biker
No,
shorts.
biker shorts.
Who are they for? Just me and my esteem.
Makes me feel confident. You know, my dad used to rock that shit back in the 80s.
Bro, we're not gonna front like everybody's dad did not used to wear some janky ass shit.
Just the skinniest of tanks, and then like I think there was a photo where he had these Beetlejuice biker shorts. My God.
Look, dude, it sounds like you're describing Wesley Snipes from White Man Can't Jump.
Yep.
Sydney.
Essentially, he's just missing the build or the bent build hat. He just had a flat top.
Bro, why was everybody like back early 90s, late 80s just like they all dressed like they were getting on a bicycle ready to do the Tour de France?
Bro, even with like crop tops and shit, like men wearing crop tops back then, that shit needs, I mean, I know it's kind of happening now, but it's still like people are like, why the fuck you gonna wear a crop top? Nigga, I'm gonna wear a crop top even if I don't have a six-pack. Yeah. I'm gonna let this belly out.
Bro, I just love it's like, yo, Harry Styles wore a dress. It's like, did you see what was going on in the late 80s? It's like, bro, John Stockton was out there just hanging brain and breaking records, bro. You can't.
Wait, John Stockton? Like,
yeah, bro. You saw the shorts that he used to wear in the NBA, bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was about to say, it was just like he was just openly like, yeah, I'm just got my nuts out right here.
I mean, metaphor.
Might as well be.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Metaphorically, it's like, yo, you got 14,000 assists.
It's passing balls and flashing balls.
I mean, he was a ball handler. What else can you say?
Hey, nice.
Yeah, you know, somewhere just you know, well, I was gonna make a Karl Malone joke, but I think everybody's already done that already.
The mailman, postman, what is it? I'm Karl Malone. I used to play for the Utah Jazz. Hey, did you saw the Last Dance thing?
No, I was gonna wait before we get into that. I was gonna make a joke about, you know, the fact that he got a 13-year-old pregnant, but we'll just move right past that.
That's dicey.
Yeah. I mean,
but no, I was talking about with the Last Dance with the Michael Jordan whole thing, and Karl Malone got on, and they interviewed him. Oh my God,
bro,
that's what he's up to now. The simplest of lives. Like, man, you used to play basketball. I would, if I saw Karl Malone in the middle of where he was, like Arkansas or Alabama, wherever, I would not know that's Karl Malone. I would just think it's just a random country ass nigga.
Yeah, bro. What's crazy to me, and I was having this conversation with somebody else like fairly recently, but it's like, it's just crazy to me. Like, you know, you see like some people who like clearly like go to the gym, get real big, like their muscles look a certain way.
Yeah, me.
Facts. And then you got like some people, like, you know, anybody that's from the country that is just built like completely different, no tone on anything, but just like could toss you like a fucking beer keg, and you're like, yo. It's the same thing with like, oh yeah, he's not that athletic, but like, you know, that kid that used to climb trees, and you're like, yeah, I mean, he's gonna win a state title in wrestling because he was one of those kids that just used to hang out of trees and shit. Be like, hey, you want to see me do a backflip off this thing? You're like, dude, I get it. You wrestle, or you will eventually.
Chill out, Logan Paul.
Bro, I mean, it's just wild. It's just wild to me because, yeah, I mean, there's dribbling a ball, and then there's like, yeah, I can scale a tree in 5 seconds. And you're like,
yeah, I mean, but that's literally Logan Paul. Like he, you know, he's just like one of those corn-fed like white boys from the Midwest, Ohio, and just like you said previously in an episode, a white gorilla.
Yeah.
He's just built, and I've seen him in person, and it's not less intimidating. Like, he is just a tall, white, muscular dude, and it's just like, how did you get there? And I remember when I first saw him, he was 18.
Yeah, and
he was already that big. I was like, geez, goddamn, these genetics.
I mean, you think
there you go.
I mean, you think about any of like, you know, the people you went to high school with, like when you're a freshman or a senior or whatever, or when you're a freshman and then you look at like some of the seniors and you're like, bro, like,
Yeah.
You were 18 years old, bro. Like it's fine. We can
Well,
just,
given when we were freshmen, like my freshman class, some of the seniors and upperclassmen apparently did steroids or did a cycle of steroids to get to where they were, and they were still playing high school football. But like niggas benching 315 as a running back. Most high schools, that might be a little standard, but for ours,
yeah. Wow.
a bunch kid in 1A. What was our division? Yeah, 1A,
Yeah.
right?
Something like
And
that.
bro, no, no,
Bro,
not supposed to happen. You're not supposed to be lifting with the linemen, my guy, as a junior.
hey, don't you do that. You don't scare me.
You're out. The thing is, you're out lifting linemen,
Yeah.
and you're the running back and the inside. Fuck out of here. I'm not gonna name any names, but you know who I'm talking about.
Bro, yeah. I don't know. It's pretty great. It's like you see that story on that kid that used to call Little Hercules. I saw some clickbait shit.
Yeah,
on
I
Twitter,
saw.
and I was just like, okay, I'm glad they must have paid a fuck ton of money to get that shit promoted because everybody saw that shit.
Bro, yeah, because I remember seeing him on like the Enquirer or whatever. It was him and like Bat Boy, and then something about John. What was that one little girl that her brother
John Benet
killed?
Ramsey.
Yeah, it was always on like the Esquire. Like those three people in the 90s was Bat Boy, Little Hercules, and John whatever her fucking name is.
I mean,
the little girl that looks like a doll, a porcelain doll. That's how I go.
Yo, the crazy thing to me is that like they're just selling papers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's wild to me that you can look Publix supermarket in the face and just be like, this is a publication that your people will buy. And somebody's out there
that
buying
shit
them.
used to give me nightmares. That shit used to give me fucking nightmares.
How do you buy that shit? How do you buy that shit and not like have to sell it with like a mugshot page in there? Like that's what I don't understand. How are those two separate magazines?
I don't, sir. Do even people buy magazines nowadays? Like, I went to Walmart the other day and I was like, "Oh, it's Mediterranean like cooking food." I was like, "Yeah, let me pick up a magazine." Looked at it, $25. Put that shit right back down, right where I found it.
I could
Fuck
go.
that.
I could go support a member of the former Bon Appetit kitchen for that amount of money.
Nigga, I can go on YouTube and find the same recipes. Like I don't. It's just it's unreal that magazines are that expensive. But I wonder if they were that expensive back then too,
Man,
or if they're just now because no one buys them.
I don't know. Let's speaking of getting like free cooking on YouTube. It's crazy how many bags are just being got on YouTube cooking.
I want to so bad, but it's so hard to like. Now that it's just an oversaturated market, kind of like podcasting. But
Shout out.
But it's just
that'll be our next thing.
I remember when I first just like learned how to cook, and I would just put it on Snapchat, and people were like, "Oh, you need to start this on your YouTube," and I was just like, "Yeah, okay." No, not a chance, because I fuck up while I cook, especially back then. Like.
Yeah.
I was unsure with what I was doing, and then I found out my way. But even now, it's just like I don't know how good if my steak's gonna be, if it's gonna be a perfect medium rare, or if I overcooked it. And if I overcooked it, I'm deleting the video.
Yeah.
So I hats off to people that do the cooking shows nonstop, because that's a great hustle, and that's not an easy bag, but a well worth bag.
Yeah, it seems to me like it's one of those things where it's like it seems like a great concept, but like I don't know how you look at it and like do it in a new way, like
Yeah,
like even and I don't know how much into this world you are, but like Babish just being like, all right, fuck all this like home cooking bullshit. He's like, all right, whatever. So I'm gonna do recipes that are based on movies and TV.
Yeah,
but I'm not
yeah.
gonna give you my Aunt Sarah was over the other day, and boy, she loved this one. Everybody step into the kitchen. Let's get started on something new today. Like, just completely went away with that. He's like, all right, I'm not even gonna show my face. Like, I'll just show you how I make this shit.
I love Babish because he he just did it right in such a unique way,
Mhm.
where like you had everybody else who was either just doing a typical cooking show online or doing like a drunk kitchen type of style,
Yeah.
like Epic Mealtime. Epic Mealtime, head of their, well, not head of their time, but they were they were appropriate for their time,
Yeah.
and became what they were, like just online cooking show. Duh, 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 duh. We're getting drunk off pancakes. Like,
Yeah.
Harley Morrison, whatever his
Yeah.
name was, fucking god tier host that just never cooked, and he was just the voice. Everybody else did the cooking, but he was just the entertainment, and that was perfect,
dude.
And
the absolute epitome of, and I feel like I've had this conversation, and some people don't know what I mean, but I'm talking about the age. They were the epitome of the age of the internet that was all about fucking bacon and mustaches.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that, just
Yeah.
that weird saga we went through in the late 2000s where it was like, oh, mustache. Like,
or,
oh, that's so
or
cool.
I love bacon. Oh, bacon peanut butter, say less. Like, oh god, like where everything was bacon flavored, like bacon flavored chapstick and bacon.
Yes, bro.
Oh my gosh, what a horrible time. Where bacon was a personality trait. That is wild.
Yeah, I don't know if we've moved. What would be like a good personality? Like what would constitute like avocados maybe? Like avocados might be the new personality trait.
No, The Office.
Well, okay, that's fair. But I was thinking like in terms of food. Like
food?
I would say like avocado or kale are like personality traits right now.
Yerba mate.
I mean, it just slaps. You know, what do you want me to tell you? Shit slaps.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, hey, Yerba mate, if you're listening,
whoa,
give me a brand deal. But I don't know. Food that makes okay. People that don't like pineapples on pizza.
All right, I've said this before, but I'll
Are
put
we
it.
Are we gonna have this argument?
Yeah, I'll put. You know what? Fuck it. We'll have it. I'll put it down on wax right now. I think it could work, but my caveat is twofold. Either one, I want to try it cold pineapple on a hot pizza out of the oven.
Wait, you've never had it?
No. I've never had it the way I'm about to describe it. So I've had it like the traditional way. So my thing is either cold pineapple on a hot pizza. So like imagine like, I don't know, maybe like dipping it in something or like putting the chunks on and then taking a bite. Because I think that could be like something I could get into.
That seems messy.
I mean, yeah, but again, you're eating, bro. Grab the ranch and dip it in that whole fucking thing. I'm not a ranch boy.
Sounds like you're a ranch boy.
I'm definitely not a ranch boy. But so I'd like to give that a shot, and then the other thing I'd like to give a shot would be if you were to like actually do something with the pineapple, like just keep it like you can keep it real simple, but maybe make like a pineapple drizzle on top of the pizza. I could be down with that, but I don't like the idea of just lukewarm fucking pineapples just sitting on my pizza.
Okay, see, I'm more okay with lukewarm pineapple because if you heat it up, it's just gonna like get sweeter, and that's how that works.
Yeah, I'm not a big here's a question. Let's caveat that into do you like sweet meat? Don't.
Quinn.
Don't you? Don't. Quinn. Don't do
it. Quinn, we're on air. Define sweet meat, like sweet sausage or whatever.
Like honey baked ham or like so that might be something that's for you.
Or candy bacon.
I like candy bacon. Because I love bacon, bro. Nothing better than a little bit of bacon.
Candied bacon. It's like dog treats for human beings.
Nailed it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Oh, also, we'll get into that. But I'm not a big sweet meat guy. So for me, it's like I don't want honey baked ham. I don't want maple turkey or
Sounds
whatever.
Sounds a little homophobic, but all right. Anyways, yeah, I like sweet meat. I like honey turkey or whatever, honey ham. Brown sugar on any kind of meat will make the meat better. I love that we're talking about meat because I'm a big meat boy, and that's not a pause. This is just like we're actually talking about meat.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I love like brown sugar rubs on stuff and
Mm.
trying to figure that out because I also like a brown sugar sweet meat with some heat. Love that heat in it. This sounds okay. If you
This
just
sounds
took this
wild.
like
This sounds
clip,
wild. This sounds
if
wild. Right now.
Ryan, if you take this clip,
Jamie.
just make it not as off-putting as it sounds.
Oh, you know what? We might as well give a little shout out while we're doing this. So we have a new clip editor for the podcast. So shout out Ryan and or his online persona KRC Pinto, who also has a YouTube channel if you want to check it out. He's been helping with us editing some of these clips down. So shout out Ryan, and now he has full control of what the context of this podcast looks like in minute forms.
This is true. Now back to the pineapples on pizza. I'm okay with the pineapples on pizza, and if I add like pepperonis to it, but like I don't get why people just get mad about how you eat things. Like again, I hate blue cheese, but you know what? I'm not going to sit there and berate anybody about eating blue cheese on whatever they want.
All right, I can understand not getting mad about what people eat, but I will not stand for the way that some people eat things. Great example: Sean Evans from Hot Ones eating a taco from the top.
What?
So
like
instead of biting into it this way, he bites into it from the top, and he was like,
"That's
heathenry. Heathenry is what that is."
Heathenry.
Because
bro,
he goes and his defense was,
I want to fight.
His defense was, I get to clear out all the veggies, and then I got a little meat tube, and I was like, "You're talking about you're talking about a taquito, my guy. You're eating a tortilla salad and then turning that into a fucking taquito."
Literally, bro, the whole purpose of the taco, especially if you get like an authentic like Mexican style taco, is to get the onions or the pickled onions and the cilantro and whatever is in there. Like sometimes you get the al pastor with the pineapple in there, and that is
fire. I'll concede that point. Fire. I do very much enjoy that.
Sweet meat making a comeback.
Yeah, al pastor tacos are incredible.
Man, did we ever go to one while you're in LA?
Nah, but there were a couple places when I was in New York. I think it was called Taco Numero Uno. There's like, it used to be like a food cart, and then they ended up getting their own spot in a couple spots in the city, and that shit is absolutely bomb. I do enjoy meat off a spit like that.
Let's keep this going. I like this.
This is getting out of control. All right,
this is as close as we can get without having a Patreon. So let's keep it up.
All right, favorite pizza toppings. Like if you're ordering a pizza, what's going on that pizza?
Oh, it depends on the mood. Typically I'm gonna do bacon, pepperoni, Brooklyn style crust or dough or whatever. But then I can kind of go with an all like the New York style all white pizza with the ricotta and what the mousse on it and everything. The
regault.
The regault. It took me forever to understand what they were saying when they said the regault. I'm like, what? You're like, oh, ricotta. Ricotta, my nigga.
Nothing like white people making you feel white. The regault.
Oh, I'm uncultured. My bad. I didn't know.
The regault and the mozzarella.
the moots, and the regault, and then the
gabagool.
Right here.
Right here.
Gabagool. Right.
Over here.
my favorite. That was literally that's season 1, episode 5.
Yeah.
And that is my favorite line throughout the entire Sopranos. Just Silvio just going, gabagool. Ready. Ready. Just pointed that bed. I was like, this creepy uncle vibe is just weird.
or when Silvio's playing in that poker game and he's like, I love cheese at my feet. Sometimes I put cheese in my socks and I wear them around. If I want the cheese by my feet, that's where it's supposed to stay.
He's just fucking snapping at anybody. Did I say you were gonna fucking clean around me, you fucking mate? Just go, okay, Silvio. Oh man, how do we get from here to there?
I don't know. I'm a big pepperoni mushroom guy myself. Or if I gotta go like chain pizza, I will mess with the Super Supreme from Pizza Hut. I just think whatever they do in those ingredients that we can all admit are not the best is something special there.
I don't know, man. I'm slowly become a Domino's person. I was originally a Papa John's fan, and not because I didn't lose interest with Papa John's. I love Papa John's, but more recently, I think I was visiting Atlanta a few months ago, and I ordered Papa John's on Uber Eats, and so I was like, "Oh, cool! Like delivery, like it just works." I got my pizza. I got Papa John's. I got like the cinnamon crust and stuff like that, and garlic. I ordered garlic butter. I had 2 pies, the Philly cheese or whatever with peppers and everything, which is fucking phenomenal. If it's done right, it's phenomenal. And then a regular pepperoni bacon, and it was so cold. Like Papa John's pizza is not good cold.
Yep.
Even heating it back up, it's lost its value. It's got to be that served hot, and it's great. But then after a day, it's like, okay, I guess I'll eat this because I paid for it. But I got it cold maybe 30 minutes after ordering, and I was so upset about it. And I just was like, you know what? Domino's is always clutch with warm pizza. Just always. Just with the warm meat and the warm just sauce going down your throat when you swallow it.
Don't you do this.
I'm not, man. I'm fucking tired. I'm losing my mind, man.
Give me 25 more minutes and I'll get you food.
Oh shit.
I think, all right, best leftovers. For me, it's far and away hibachi. I just don't think there's anything. Yeah. There's just nothing that hits that spot quite like hibachi out the fridge.
Dog. Yeah. Bro, I honestly like the hibachi better the next day, or better like 2 or 3 hours in the fridge after. It's almost better.
I think I got some manicotti in the freezer. Oh, don't you like that when you reheat it and the cheese gets all chewy?
Oh, chewy.
Everything comes back to the Sopranos on this podcast.
Oh, Maron.
Oh, there they go again with the gabagool.
Keep it in your pants, Carmela. He's a priest. Whoever's listening to this and never watched The Sopranos, please. It took me 3 months to binge watch the entire series, but it's worth it. And then you will get everything that we're talking about right now, because it is perfect. And this is probably not going to stop ever, because now this is our thing. Yep. This is the us thing now.
Yeah, just wait until we get to the entourage section of this whole podcast.
Don't even try me on that. I almost have to rewatch it just so I have shit to say. But
just Johnny Drama.
I would say I'm not gonna do it. But I would say hibachi is probably top tier, like leftovers. But also, fried chicken is good. Cold fried chicken's depending on where you get it. Like Popeyes, I fuck with it. But KFC, I'm just gonna throw that shit away.
Yeah.
What if someone just said some wild shit like, "Oh, best leftovers, Taco Bell"? Taco Bell, after 2 hours of buying it, is biodegradable, and it's waste at that point.
After
It just
2
becomes
hours,
waste.
it immediately becomes compost. Like you have to plan. You have to plan a soft taco after 2 hours of it being out in the world.
The spores are already growing at that point. Like it's not warm anymore, so it's just growing now. So if you want to eat it, go right ahead. But ugh.
Whereas McDonald's is taking the opposite approach, where a quarter pounder is going to stay a quarter pounder for the rest of eternity.
We put this shit in our bodies. That's wild,
bro. I was watching some shit the other day by this comedian who was like, everything that we bitch about when it comes to like food, like, oh, McDonald's doesn't decompose, it's still a quarter pounder, is all the shit that people used to complain about in the 1800s. Be like, wait, the food stays food? That would be great. I lost 3 daughters this winter.
My wife had diarrhea, so she's gone.
Bro, I was so I got on a Rogan binge.
Oh God, please don't tell me that.
But it reminded me of this thing that I read from PBS a long time ago about how there used to be a hookworm epidemic in the South. And so listen to this shit. Back in the day,
from raccoons, right?
Oh, I forgot today in history, so count this one.
Okay.
So back in the day, obviously people in the South, impoverished area after the Civil War, and used to walk around barefoot. And what you get hookworm from is poo on the ground.
Yeah.
And so like you can get it from contaminated soil, and when you walk around barefoot, it can get in your feet.
In your foot?
Yeah. And then it's wild. And anyway, so the symptoms of hookworm are like laziness, like lower IQs, like all of the shit that like the South.
Oh, so the South.
Yeah, exactly. All the shit that the South.
Majority of Southern folk. Okay,
yeah.
Got it.
So anyway, apparently it got to the point where John Rockefeller was like, all right, like I need a new cause. Like, what am I going to do? And this fucking veterinary scientist is down in the South, and he's like, yo, everybody has hookworm down here. And actually, depending on how many hookworms they have in them, I can tell you how low their IQ has dropped from where it's supposed to be. Like, if you get it as a kid, it fucks you up, like, for the future. And so,
wow.
Yeah, wild shit. And they're like, not only does hookworm a symptom of poverty, it's also a cause of poverty, because once you get hookworm as a child, you don't get that time to develop your brain back. It's like some wild shit. So anyway, Rockefeller ended up putting a whole bunch of money in it, and they're like, hey, fuck you, Northerner, we're Southerners, we don't want your money. And then this vet had to go around a whole bunch of towns and make up a bunch of posters being like, you should get it checked out, and made it look like snakes and shit we're coming after them.
Well, he fought for our country, so I guess we might as well do it, because he fought on the losing side, and I still stand with him.
Honestly, though, like that's what it took to get rid of hookworm in the South. And
that's crazy. I did not know that was even a thing.
Yeah.
I've only seen hookworms like in the science book. It's just like you can get ringworm, hookworm, roundworm, and I'm just like, I don't want the ring one. So that's
ringworm.
That's the one that scared me the most.
Ringworm is the same thing that like ringworm and athlete's foot are the same thing. It just depends on the location.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I saw a kid once in preschool, and I was like playing with him, and all of a sudden, one of the daycare teachers or whatever.
How long ago was this?
Preschool.
Oh, you were also in preschool. Okay, got it.
Yeah, nigga, what you thought? Yeah, man. So I was just going down to the local preschool, chill with a buddy of mine, and he just had ringworms.
Bro, can you imagine?
You're fucking 28. What are you doing here,
bro? Could you imagine? Just like having like a little 3-year-old homie, but he's like not family.
Dog. Like that was a thing. people could do that back in the day, where people would have mentors that were years beyond their child's age, and they were just like, all right, I'm just going down the street and hanging out with the mentor.
I'm just talking about like this little 3-year-old kid who's getting a birthday party thrown for him, and it's just like, yo, who the fuck is that? And it's like, oh, that's Jerry. Like, what? It's like, who do you know here, Jerry? Oh, I'm a friend of the birthday boy. You're like, yo, what? Are you his teacher? Nah, we cool though.
That's the homie.
That's the homie, bro. You just say some absolute gibberish to the kid, and he starts laughing, and everybody's like, what the fuck is going on? Like, my kid has like outside friends.
But no, like I was watching the documentary with Biggie Smalls or whatever,
Yeah.
and his mentor, I guess when he was like 12 years old, just walking the streets of Brooklyn, he met up with this jazz artist.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But like his mom was just cool with it. And he's like, yeah, me and Chris used to go to the movies, and sometimes I'd take him to the jazz bars and show him this and that. We'd go to the art museum. I'm like, imagine that in today's world.
Yeah.
You can't, because it's not fucking happening. I'm going to let some stranger befriend my child off a whim of like, he's teaching him stuff. Like, he's learning some things. So he's staying out of the gangs.
So it does happen. It's just big brothers, big sisters now. That's all that is.
So you gotta like legally do it.
Yeah, like boys. Yeah, I mean, because listen, corporate America's coming after everything. How are we gonna do it if we can't make a business out of it? What, you just gonna be nice to children out there? Nah, you gotta come volunteer here so we can record those community service hours, so I can make sure Patty President gets paid, bro.
It's funny because like the other day I was driving by like a middle school or something, and I saw lacrosse goals, and I was just like, oh shit, they like kids were playing lacrosse, and I just kind of wanted to go out and watch. And
y'all don't know nothing about this.
Just go out and watch it, like maybe like help out. But then I was just like, the real part of me was just like, nigga, that's fucking dumb. You're gonna be a creep. Don't you just keep driving? Yeah. Why do you even think that? Bro. Because it was so innocent. We're like, oh yeah, like you could just fuck around with the kids in lacrosse and teach them things and stuff like that. Nope, you can't do that. No, sir. I walk up like, hey guys, I used to play in high school. Get out of here.
Like, oh, okay. look at old head over here. Used to twirl a stick. Congratulations, bro. It's our time now, old man.
Who the fuck are you? Get out. Oh, I'm sorry, 12-year-old. I apologize.
Hey, am I within 50 feet of this place? I got to call my PO.
I think that's just so crazy that like back in the day, that was an acceptable thing, because my child probably won't see the light of day outside of like other adults other than their parents and like my parents, and like it just
I was
just
born in the darkness.
I was born in the darkness, molded by it.
I didn't see the light until I was a man.
And by then it was blinding. I quote that at least once a week.
Molded by it.
Molded by it. I didn't see the light till I was a man. And even by then it was blinding.
I'm just imagining your son just being like, like, Daddy has given Dobby a door.
Like, little nigga, what you just say? Say that again.
Wellington Jr. is a free boy. I haven't seen the hallways yet.
Y'all hear this nigga? Do I sound like that? Where did he learn this from? He got a mentor somewhere that I don't know about.
All right. And who do we wake up and thank every day? Donald Glover. That's right. Okay, repeat after me. It's childish. Baby, Mr. Talk about his dick again. All right, you can come have some breakfast.
That's the rules.
All right, come over here. That cinnamon toast crunch is getting soggy.
Nah, nigga. It's Benjamin Boast bunch. It's a bee house. Some chocolate bit bookie. That's what you want? Say less. Daddy, I need a cup. You need a what?
A bup.
A bup. Yeah, that's right. A bup.
Oh no, dude. Oh my god, dude.
This is what happens when nothing's written down. This is exactly what happens when nothing's written down.
Oh man, it looks like we either got ourselves a hit or we're going back to the blacklist on YouTube.
Why do I feel like that's been the same case for the last 3 weeks? We either got a hit or back to the drawing board.
So far in our bag, like the fries are at the bottom. That's all that is.
That's a good thing, right?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know.
I like the bag fries. Bag fries are top tier.
I heard Kevin Harlan say it, and he's a good representative for the white folk.
I don't know who that is.
NBA announcer.
Oh, okay. Now it sounds familiar in 2K.
Yeah. Yep. Hey,
I know Ernie.
That's
it.
Listen, look. Everybody aspires to be EJ on this side.
Listen, Ernie.
Listen, Ernie. I'm gonna tell you the first thing. Chuck ain't got no rings. All right, and that's first off.
Well, now listen here, Shaq. Like
down in San Antonio, they got some big old women.
Bro, how did they just become old heads? It's so wild that they just appeared to be like these basketball all-stars, and now they're old heads.
Bro, it's so funny because none of them watch basketball, and it's so
no,
clear. None of
no.
them watch basketball.
Shaq has a house in almost every state. He has a house. I live 13 minutes away from Shaq's house in Atlanta.
I probably live 25 minutes away from his other house.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, like it's crazy. It is wild how many houses he has. He has no time to just sit there and watch basketball. So he's gonna obviously talk out of his ass.
Yeah, I've seen Candace Parker get on and school him a couple times just about. Wait, you're 4-time defensive player of the year in the WNBA? Yes, Shaq. Watch a basketball game. It's like, oh my god.
I had no idea.
Kobe passed me the ball. I turned and I scored a ball.
That was our dynamic, and it worked. 4 rings later. Wait, he has 3 or 4? 4, yeah. I'm glad I knew that.
3 with Kobe. 3 with Kobe and 1 with D Wade.
Oh, true.
If there's anything that I'm happy about in this life, it's that Kobe has more rings than Shaq.
Well, obviously deserved, but yeah, I don't know. Shout out to the Kobe Meister,
Bobby Bryant. God, man, it's crazy to think about. It's been more
over
than
a year.
Yeah,
bro. I'll never forget where I was.
Yep.
In a break room, and someone's just like, Kobe Bryant's dead. I said, you guys believe the whole TMZ bullshit tabloid stuff? They're always trying to kill off celebrities. Why would you even think that Kobe, like, he was invincible to me? It was like he can't die. And
that's what Damian Lillard said. He's like, I wonder how Kobe got out of that crash. Like that's how people thought about Kobe.
Yeah, and the thing is, we were all just like, this guy, one of my leads, he was just like, Kobe Bryant's whatever phone number, something like that, online that was available for public people to call his like agent. And he called and he's like, hey, yo, I don't know if you, but get your boy to show his face. So, because people talking shit out here.
Oh, Jesus.
Left that voicemail. And then probably 2 hours later, we get confirmation that he died. And it was just like, oh, wow.
Yeah. World, at least America a little different.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, listen, I'm not pointing any fingers here, but ever since Kobe died, there's been a pandemic.
Yep. I was gonna say, I completely agree. Kobe died, the world lost itself.
You got
the world.
you got microchips since the last episode. Congratulations.
Oh yeah, guys. I got my Norton anti-vax
How's
or
that?
antivirus.
Yeah, how's that new software update treating you?
Oh, dude. Honestly, first day I was not nervous about it, and then I got the shot, and all of a sudden I started bleeding a lot, and the lady she kept saying, "Oh, it just means you're healthy. It just means you're healthy," but in this very nervous, like timid voice. And I'm cool, I'm chilling, but she's just like, "Oh, no worries, no worries. Just means you're healthy. Just means you're healthy." Like, who are you trying to convince right now?
Yeah.
Me or you? Because if I'm bleeding that much and you're just saying I'm healthy at 14 times in my ear, I don't believe I'm healthy. But eventually,
where'd you get yours done at? Like, what was the type of venue?
It was BVS.
Okay. God damn it. Dude, it's funny. It's funny to me because like I think I talked about this last episode, but like just getting it done with the Publix, like while people are trying to get their eggs and shit, is just like It's like
I got it done at like 11 a.m. I think at a CVS, and I almost caught myself. I almost went with it. I was just like, oh yeah, BVS, but no, the CVS. Guys, I don't talk like that all the time. I would hope you know.
We have 10 hours of content out. I think they know by now.
And so they were just like, okay, we'll just walk to the back to aisle 8. And I was like,
who's in aisle 8? Who's waiting for me in aisle 8?
I'll tell you what's in aisle 8. All the books that I didn't know CVS had. I didn't know CVS sold books.
Yo, you're just walking by and you're like, no. See, that doctor, right there where that empty spot is, that doctor used to be bussing, but the man had to take it out.
The man had to take out the Dr. Seuss book about saying Chinese. Like, yes, obviously.
Like,
you have a image of an Asian individual, yellow, holding chopsticks.
People mad about the Dr. Seuss books, and a Venn diagram of the people who are mad about Dr. Seuss books and the people who have gotten the vaccine are two completely separate circles.
Yep.
I can't. There's no way.
There's no overlap.
No, there's zero overlap. They are two disconnected circles.
Because those are the same people that have an issue with Lil Nas X and everything else in Black Lives Matter movements, and always find a reason to promote cops rather than point out like, hey, maybe things are bad with this situation. Yeah. Maybe we should try to like reform what's going on. And instead, everybody's a thug. Cops won't shoot you if you're not a thug. So to those people, I say, get fucked and suck my dick from the back. That was the only. I hope that was appropriate. Don't cut that.
Nah. All good over here.
Okay, cool. Damn, I wish I had a segment. I guess we can talk about Khloe Kardashian being a fucking loser and getting on Instagram posting about how she didn't edit her last post or whatever, and it was her all natural, and she didn't feel like she needed to, or she felt pressured to post something like this and scared because she's like, I can't be this whatever Photoshop thing all the time. Yeah, you didn't see this shit, bro.
I just don't understand.
The self-awareness is not there.
It's bizarre to me because like, and I'm not going to take credit for this, but somebody else said this and I thought it was brilliant, of like, if you look at I'll use the Kardashians, but it goes deeper than this. You look at the Kardashians and like their bodies, like it's crazy that they're like kind of made for still images. Like they don't look like they have normal features in video form. Like
no, you see Kim Kardashian walking down the street, she looks like she's wearing a diaper at all times.
It's
but
crazy.
Like 5 layers of diaper.
Yeah, it's wild. It's just wild to me. So it's like, it's also funny to me. It's like I felt pressure to be natural. It's like, I mean, it's your brand. Like, do whatever you want with it. It's like, I don't, like, nobody needs to make you feel pressure to be any type of way. But also, like why are you upset? Like if people are in your ear and upset about that, why are you like stressing?
Yeah, my thing is, I heard Andrew Schultz like kind of go in, and he had such a great point. He was just like, you and your entire fucking family are the reason why most women want to look like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you just look at probably a good, I'm not going to say 90%, but I'm going to say probably roughly 75% of modern women in America get Brazilian butt lifts and injections and all that stuff to look similar to Kim Kardashian and her sisters.
Yeah.
Like, everybody's always talking about the Kim K booty and all that stuff. Like, you guys created a trend.
Yeah.
And you sell millions on this idea of this is how you're supposed to look.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the audacity to get on the fucking Instagram of all platforms to be like, I'm tired of photoshopping. Bitch, your whole body's photoshopped. Like, you got it. You paid for it. You paid for the Photoshop effect to just be there at all times.
Yeah, I mean, like, now, the thing is like, this is not a new phenomenon, right? Like, there are people that used to try and look like Marilyn Monroe and Jackie, and Jackie Kennedy and shit. But like, I think
who looks like Quasimodo in the face, but had the yeeks. But also fuck Jackie Kennedy.
Alrighty, we're gonna leave that one in. But point being, it's like, the difference between like hairstyle and like clothing style and stuff like this, I think it's a little bit harder for people to swallow, like actually changing your entire body. But I don't know. I mean, I think it comes down to self-awareness, and you're like, yo, if this will make you feel better long term, then that's awesome for you. But the tough thing about stuff like that is that, like, it is like a tattoo in some sense of like, I'm sure it's pretty difficult to like reverse
get it removed
stuff. So like, you got to be pretty sure about it, but I think a lot of it, and not all of it, but some of it, can definitely stem from insecurity, which is not what you want to get a tattoo for, or like what you want to modify your body for.
I mean, yeah, because the thing is, there's nothing wrong with plastic surgery, because I'm not going to say everybody that gets plastic surgery is because they're insecure. We're all insecure.
Yeah.
I'm just the first one to admit it. Shout out Kanye. But we are all insecure. We all want something to change about ourselves physically or mentally or whatever. But it's different when you're in the position that they are in, and where it's literally your entire brand to be portraying false bodies and false imagery, and kind of like you're promoting it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think regardless of their intentions, like, it's kind of up to the public to decide what to do with it. Like, so
yeah.
So I guess my point is, like, if that's what they want to do and that's the image that they want to put out, that's fine. But then it depends on, like, okay, is it going to be received well by the public? Is it going to be acknowledged by the public? Or is it going to be a situation like, because what I don't like is like, oh, well, it shouldn't be allowed because of XYZ. It's like, nah, I mean, it's cool to have like Bozzy. Shout out Bozzy.
Shut up.
Like body positivity that is for natural.
That's
people.
where you got body from.
Body positivity, It's cool to have like a like a counter movement to that type of thing, but like at the same time, it's like, if that's what the world, and I guess they were, if that's what the world was looking for, then it's like, well, what are you gonna do about it?
Yeah,
because I don't, again, it's just kind of up for the people to decide. And to be fair, it's definitely not, and I don't know if it's like a worldwide thing, but it's definitely not only America, because like you look at a lot of
I see it on Snapchat, like a bunch of people were doing modifications of looking like Ken dolls and shit like that, and they got like Italian accent stuff like that. So,
I mean, and I mean, it's definitely like, I'll take Russia for example. Like, it's definitely prevalent there as well, and I don't know how much of that is influenced necessarily like by the Kardashians. I think it's just like the new idea of shit.
If you want it, get it. and
Yeah.
that's how it is. It's just like, oh, I want it, so I'm gonna go get it. Shout out to Made in Tokyo. But
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
If you were to get plastic surgery,
Mhm.
what would you get done?
I'll be honest with you. That's literally a question that has never crossed my mind. And
Really?
yeah, I've never ever thought about that.
But if you had the opportunity, probably free of charge, and it's done by like a Dr. Miami or whoever, like a legit deal.
Do hair
What would
plugs
you-
count as plastic surgery? Because I would be first in fucking line.
Technically, yeah.
Okay, down. Immediately down. Because
Same.
like I don't,
Same.
it's not crucial yet, but I wouldn't mind an insurance policy.
But the thing is, with the whole hair transplant, I don't like the scars are so real. Like, shout out to anybody that's gotten a hair transplant and your hair just is flourishing. But there's a buddy of mine who's on Vine and all that, and they got two separate ones. And I didn't even notice his hair originally, and he's only like a year older than us. And he's like, oh yeah, I'm losing my hair. And then I remember picking him up with his roommate, and we were going somewhere, and he had the bald cap and all that shit. And it was his first time. And I was like, how much was it? And he's like, you gotta ask, you can't afford it. And I was just like,
Nice.
okay, but how much was it? $23,000. And I was like, you're correct. I can never afford that.
Yeah,
And that's not even that much of
Yeah,
what he got.
That sounds outrageously expensive from what I've heard, but
2 years later, he had to get it again because it's where he was starting originally. It started like all this was fine, but then from the back, it started going. So he had to get another hair transplant.
Yeah, bro. That's
When I
tough.
feel like it's not worth it, because then you got two scars in the back of your head or wherever it's the placement here, there. And I thought about it so many times, but I really don't think I could do it.
I just want to be in a better spot financially than I am currently before I decide to drop the top. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to be like, oh, he's been here for 10 years. Like, he can not have hair and nobody.
I just want my beard to connect. Once my beard connects and it's like full, I'm shaving. I'm going straight up, bro. I will be a bald bitch. A bald bad bitch.
Just chroming
Blood.
just chroming that dome when you wake up in the morning.
Oh man. Just put a slab of Vaseline on it just to get that bitch shiny. But I would have to be tan too, because like I can't look like the albino light skin that I do look like right now.
Bro,
So I'd have to look tan.
I'm just imagining you waking up every morning, just like just sticking your head in a bowling ball polisher. just shining that shit up.
Dog. Well, I've actually the other day I thought about shit but I stopped myself.
Yeah, good.
I stopped myself.
The pandemic's
went
almost
out.
over. I promise we will return to normalcy soon enough.
I stopped myself and I went out and bought minoxidil. So just to try it out. And if you don't know what minoxidil is, no, I'm kidding. But
We're the world's leading defense against male pattern.
this is our first sponsor, Keeps. Roman. But yeah, so I bought it just to see what goes on, like just to see if it actually fills out. And if it doesn't, sayonara.
Yeah.
Just gonna be bald welly.
Nah, but shit works a little different for black people when it comes to their hair, because like barbers definitely got some spray on that gets used pretty regularly, which obviously is not a thing for white folk.
I mean, it depends on where you go, and I'm sure like I feel like white folks, they use like hair fibers.
I don't know. Well, I mean, I guess I've never seen it done.
Probably not as super cuts or great clips or some shit, but I'm sure like if you go to a nice little, see, the thing is what I've realized, white folks that want really good like haircuts, they go to salons. They don't go to like super cuts or whatever, but like that's their typical thing. They go to a salon so they get their hair like volumized and whatever. And Where in the black community, you go to a salon to get braided and shit like that, and whatever, and a perm.
I mean, the thing is, like, between, like between the two hair, like between the different types of hair is just different skill sets.
Yep.
Like that's all it comes down to is like you can't clipper my entire head.
I remember back in middle school when like I had the afro. And they were saying, your hair's too long. It's touching your collar. And I'm just like, my mom always would have to come up to school and be like, his hair doesn't touch his collar. It grows out. Like it doesn't come down. Like the long hair isn't in anybody's face. It's not distracting. And because he sits in the fucking back. So who is it distracting unless people are turning around and stuff like that? So I remember the principal said, well, why can't you just take him to Great Clips and they make it night? Oh.
Uh-oh.
Bro. My mom has done this one too many times where she's had to go to the private Catholic school to explain to white people that we do not have the same hair textures and styles, so we do not go to the same barbers and barbershops and stuff like that, because they threatened to cut it there. And so my mom's just like, no, I will go take him to the barber. And so what the barber did, he just gave me like a fade up. So it was just like whatever hair was touching in the back in the collar, he just gave me the fade up. So it was like a mini fro flat top.
All right, well, we're at $101.
Oh damn. Oh, sorry, this podcast episode is very unorganized, but hey,
maybe you
sometimes
like
it be like that.
And maybe you like the style. Let us know in the comments.
Yes, but where can they find you, Quinn?
You can find me at all relevant social media at Quinn Tweets.
Sounds good. You can find me at Welly Boyce on Twitter, Wellington Boyce on Instagram, and TikTok. And you can find all the special clips from this episode and previous episodes on TikTok and YouTube at A Safe Space for Depravity.
All right. We'll see you later.
We'll see y'all next week. Bye.
Bye.